Fellow Toastmasters and guests, how many times have you heard the word no? Think of it. When was the last time somebody told you no? Did you feel good? Did you feel empowered? How many of you have or have had children? The average toddler, I'm told, is told no 400 times per day. In a 16-hour day, that's 25 times per hour. That's twice every time the minute hand ticks past a digit. How inspiring is it to that child to hear no over and over and over again all day long? How inspiring is it to the parent to have to tell the child no over and over and over all day long? No seems out of place, without much use, without much purpose. And in fact, it seems to be the antithesis of power or empowerment. One would have to feign optimism to think that no does any good to humanity. We should ban the word no. No puts a stop to all things productive, all things pleasurable, all things that we want. What do you mean, no, I can't get that raise that I've been looking for? What do you mean I can't buy that new sound system for my home theater? What do you mean, no, I can't buy the tumbler from Batman so I can be the Dark Knight of Huntersville? What do you mean, no, I have a headache? No is a big zero in my book. It does me absolutely no good. Zero. Did you know that there was a time before zero? I'm talking about the number. Could you imagine being the guy trying to sell zero to society? He must have been like the Colonel Sanders of mathematics, driving all around town. Hey, got a zero here. You want to check it out? He's like, what do you mean try it out? You got nothing. There's nothing there. It's a zero. Get out of here, pal. Take that decimal system with you, too. I'll just sit right here with my 1, 2, 3, and many. That's fine. Zero. By itself, it doesn't have a lot going for itself. The power that zero has is being able to harness the other numbers, give them order, give them strength, and give them the ability to move themselves forward farther than they ever could just as a 1, a 2, a 3, or many. Back to no. The word no is often followed by the word can't. No, you can't do that thing you want to do. No, you can't have that thing that you want to have. It's probably the only place in the universe where a negative followed by a negative does not make a positive. You know, if no and can't were matter and antimatter, we would have blown this universe to smithereens long ago, quicker than God. Quicker than God created it by saying, let there be. That was 3 words. The problem that no has is that the friends it generally associates with. A no followed by a can't will never lead to an optimistic outcome. Just as a zero hanging out with other zeros won't get it very far. When the zero associates with the right numbers in the right way, there's power. There's power in the electric light bulbs that are above our heads that we get by the discovery of numbers such as zero. There's power in quantum mechanics, whatever that is. When Einstein was asked about what it was that drove him to pour his mind and energies into numbers such as zero and how they work together that made up his revolutionary equations, he said he wanted to know what God was thinking. No needs new friends. No needs to associate with the right people. No needs to do something just like the lowly zero did, is harness other friends as zero, harness other numbers to achieve things they would never be able to do on their own. No can give you that same power. Anyone here have a 5-watt light bulb in their house? I got one. It's a night light. In a darkened room, a 5-watt bulb will basically just help you from kicking the electrical outlet in the wall. A 5-watt bulb is about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Get one of those for Christmas. Take those 5 watts, however, and instead of spreading it out in all directions, you focus it. So instead of shining its light here and there, it becomes a laser. And a 5-watt laser will burn through wood, will cut through steel. It doesn't shine everywhere. It's focused. That same energy. And it focuses and shines oh so brightly. If you've seen the movie The Matrix, you'll remember that human beings were used as living power sources for our digital taskmasters. The average human being puts out 100 watts of power. What do we do with our 100 watts of power? Our generation in America is perhaps the busiest generation to walk the face of this earth, and we need to differentiate busyness from productivity. We spend 8 hours per week on Facebook, 13 hours per week surfing the web, 2.5 work hours during our day reading email, 34 hours per week watching television, and 5 years of our lifetime sitting in a car, driving to and fro every which way our little busy lives compel us to. Time is a finite resource. It's one of the great equalizers of our reality. Rich or poor, black or white, redeemed or damned. We all only have so much time to make a difference. So much time to make a mark. In The Lord of the Rings, during one of the numerous times that things were at their darkest, Frodo lamented to Gandalf the Grey, "I wish none of this had happened." And Gandalf replied, "So do all who live to see such times. But that's not for us to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that's given to us." We're told in Scripture that time, just like talent and money, are stewarded to us. We will be held to account for the time that we spent, as much as we'll be held to account for the money we've spent and the resources we've spent in our lives. This is where no can wield its power. This is where no can make it stand. This is where no can help you not shine and disperse all over the place. It'll help you focus like a beacon, shine like a light, and help us focus that like a laser. And I'm sure I'm not alone that I say I often feel thin. Not here. Sort of stretched like butter, scraped over too much bread, scratching at the surface of all the things we're doing, all of our responsibilities, but never getting anything done. We can do many things poorly, or we can choose to do a few things with excellence. And we achieve this with the power of no. No can harness all 100 watts of our power and transform it from a bulb barely making a dent in a room this size to shining that light with focus, with power, and help us blaze a trail from one direction to the other. And that trail is something that others can follow. What no's can give you power? What no's will help you become a better steward of your time and your resources that you've been blessed with? What no's will set you free? Free to use the 100 watts in the power plant called your body that we all know is fearfully and wonderfully made. Some of these things you'll say no to, you love. Some of these things you'll say no to give you great comfort. Some of these things you'll say no to give you great pleasure. But these things you need to say no to limit you to the 1, 2, 3, and many, and withhold from you the infinite. What are your no's? Maybe they sound like this. No, I will not be a slave to television. I'll choose the 2 shows I like to watch them when I want to watch it, and without 40 minutes of commercials. No, I will not watch Iron Man 3 and Star Trek, which got released last night. I'll work on my Toastmaster speech. No, I will not stay up late and sleep in. I'll get up early for that Bible study, for that online training, to read that book, to have breakfast with my child, to have a conversation with my spouse. No, I will not overcommit to causes, as good as they may be, which make me ineffective in my family and other essential relationships. No, I will never darken the door of McDonald's ever again. I got 45 pounds to lose. You know what 45 pounds look like?
Whoa.
With all respect to last week's speech, I'm not loving it. whatever your no is, the power of your no's, not this nose, is what allows you to say yes. Yes to the things like, yes, I'd be glad to visit that church member in the hospital. Yes, I'm not doing anything tomorrow. Let's get together and, talk. Yes, I'd be happy to watch your kids as you go off to that interview. Yes, let's schedule that bi-weekly date night with my spouse. And yes, let's create quality time for that next generation of ours by giving them quantity time. Yes, let me hone my craft, my profession, by learning that new skill, or better developing an existing one. By saying no to the unessential, we can then harness the power to say yes to the essential. We were not created to be mediocre. We are created in the image of God. We were created to reflect that image, to shine that light. Go forth and shine through the power of no. Mr. Toastmaster.